everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports.
With that, it's time for the AFC Championship. And to call the action, as they have all year, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here's Bell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's Dobbs to throw. Steps away to his left. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Second down and the offense needing 5 yards. Bell. Taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here we go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On first down, Dobbs to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. And to give this time to the tailback. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Seven yards to go on second down. Throwing here, Dobbs. Flushed it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Christian Kirksey from his outside linebacker spot. He gets him down here for a loss of 4. Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Here we go.
Dobbs is throwing. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up first and goal inside the 10.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Anderson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a second straight week.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with it.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. So a collective holding of breath here as the starter heads for the sideline. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. Now Smith. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
As a defender, if you come up with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that. but have 2 in the first quarter. That's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
Let's go. 1, 9, flex round, flex round. Here we go. Flex round, flex round, flex round, flex round.
On 1st and 10, Dobbs. Now he's forced out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Flex round, flex round. Let's go. Ryan 38.
Now Dobbs. And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. Aaron Lynch able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And it's no good. Elliott pulled it, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now it's Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
Let's go. Ohio. Here we go. Ryan 38. Ryan 38.
To throw is Dobbs. Now he's forced out right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The slot man in motion right. And the play clock's running down. Now they try the right side here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out.
Let's go.
Here's Dobbs to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Here's Smith now on second down. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Maybe a little sign of life here offensively, Charles. They get their first down. They didn't have any in quarter number 1.
And I think what we're seeing is great evidence of good scouting by both teams, right? Understanding what they like to do, their best players, try and take those away early. So now we're seeing some adjustments, and they end up getting their first down.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, here's Smith. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Avery Jones able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. How nice.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time out they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Dobbs now on second down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Back to throw Dobbs. Well, this is caught by Martavis Bryant. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
And now here's a carry heading left. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here we go.
They'll go again with Bell. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Here we go. Ohio.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now Bell. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants...
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you have your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. Now a handoff as they run left side. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Here we go.
Now he'll escape to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
Here we go now.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 1st down, Smith. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Screen play, Johnson. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
So that'll back him up 5. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
And here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw. Anderson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks. So you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Dobbs. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Caleb Brantley able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Six yards to go here on second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's Anderson. Off play action. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On 1st and 10, Anderson. Eluding the... And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Anderson now looking to throw on second down. Oh, good move. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes out right around the 39. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Browns on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. Operating from the gun. Anderson. Being chased out left. So they took a shot there on third down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So certainly not what they were hoping for, especially on the road. Their starter forced to the locker room, and they'll turn it over to the NC State product, Mike Lennon. This is Bell, and he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Let's go.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The Steelers on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go. Ohio.
Now Dobbs. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Let's go! Let's round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Let's round! Let's round!
Here's Dobbs to throw. Now he steps away. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
First down carry here for Johnson. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Now, Marty!
They go to Johnson again. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
From the gun on third down, Anderson. He's got his tight end in Njoku. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door.
Let's go.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
To Johnson again. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They'll run it with Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Duke Johnson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Dobbs looking to throw on first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Christian Kirksey in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second down, Dobbs. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Steelers on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Throwing here, Dobbs. Going deep here for Bryant. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence, that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Anderson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So the D gets the sack on first, and now it brings up 2nd down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now Anderson throwing on 3rd and long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And with this deficit, You can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. Aaron Lynch in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Dobbs is throwing. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion.
Here we go.
Now Dobbs. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And the Steelers on third down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a handoff. Johnson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Browns on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Green, 39. Green, Leopard. No. Check. Patriot.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads. Took him right off his feet, right on the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Christian Kirksey in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
He's going to let it fly. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. To throw is Downs. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the Magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.